Kimmel returns. Nothing funny about the murder of a young man. Jimmy Kimmel returned to late night television Tuesday, unapologetic after a nearly week-long suspension for his remarks about the assassination of conservative leader Charlie Kirk. I have no illusions about changing anyone's mind, but I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is you. Understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. Kimmel said, I don't think there is anything funny about it. He added that he wasn't trying to blame any specific group for the actions of what was obviously a deeply disturbed individual. That was really the opposite of the point I was trying to make. He said he understood his remarks last week to some felt either ill timed or unclear or maybe both. But he made no apologies, and he criticized the ABC affiliate who took his show off the air. Two station groups that represent about a quarter of ABC stations ordered their outlets not to show Kimmel on Tuesday. That's not legal, Kimmel said. That's not American, it's un American. The incident triggered a national discussion about freedom of speech and President Donald Trump's ability to policy the words of journalists, commentators, and even comics. ABC suspended Kimmel's show last Wednesday following criticism of his remarks about the aftermath of Kirk's killing. But the network brought him back following a backlash against parent company Disney. Kimmel thanked many supporters, including fellow late night hosts, past and present, and even a former boss at a radio station in Seattle, who checked in with him last week. He also singled out people who he knows aren't fans of his comedy, but stood up for his right to speak, including Texas Senator Ted Cruz. It takes courage for them to speak out against this demonstration, he said. They did and they deserve credit for it. Kimmel also praised Kirk's widow, Erica, who publicly forgave her husband's killer. That is an example we should follow, he said. If you believe in the teachings of Jesus as I do, there it was. A selfless act of grace, forgiveness from a grieving widow. It touched me deeply, and I hope it touched many. And if there is anything we should take from this strategy to carry forward, I hope it can be that, and not this. Kimmel admitted that he was mad when ABC suspended him, but praised his bosses for putting him back on the air. Unjustly, this puts them at risk. He mocked Trump for criticizing him for bad ratings. He tried his best to cancel me, and instead he forced millions of people to watch this show, Kimmel said. ABC stations in Washington, D.C., Louis, Nashville, Tennessee, and Richmond, Virginia were amongst the cities airing something else in place of Kimmel's show. Kimmel's suspension came after an angry reaction to comments he made in monologue early last week. A relentless Trump critic in his comedy, Kimmel suggested that many Trump supporters were trying to capitalize on Kirk's death when were desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them. Trump appointed Federal Communications Commission Chairman Brandon Carr last week said it appeared that Kimmel was trying to directly mislead the American public with his remarks about the Tyler Robinson, the 22-year-old Utah man charged with Kirk's killing, and his motives. Those motives remain unclear. Authorities say Robinson grew up in a conservative family, but his mother told the investigators his son had turned left politically in the last year. We can do this way or the hard way, Carr said before ABC announced the suspension. These companies can find ways to change conduct, to take action frankly on Kimmel, or there is going to be additional work for the FCC ahead. Those remarks were key to backlash, with crews saying that Carr acted like a mafioso. Hundreds of entertainment luminators, including Tom Hanks, Barbara Streisand, and Jennifer Aniston, signed a letter circulated by the American Civil Liberties Union that called ABC's move a dark moment for freedom of speech in our nation. Podcaster John Reagan weighed in Tuesday on Kimmel's side. I definitely don't think that the government should be involved, ever, in dictating what a comedian can or can't say in a monologue. Rogan said, "You are crazy for supporting this because this will be used on you." Trump has hailed Kimmel's suspension and criticized his return, writing on his Truth Social platform, "I can't believe ABC Fake News gave Jimmy Kimmel his job back. Why would they want someone back who does so poorly, who's not funny, and who puts the network in jeopardy by playing 99% positive Democratic garbage?" Actor Robert De Niro appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live Tuesday, impersonating Carr being interviewed by Kimmel. De Niro as Carr said the FCC had a new motion: "Sticks and stones can break your bones." Isn't there more to the saying? Kimmel asked, "The words can never hurt you. They can, they can, they can hurt you now." De Niro responded, saying, "You have to make sure to say the right ones."